For the ground, I'm a man, I'm a 2020, whoa, whoa. Woke up to deposits and it's only 8 a.m. Do it for the fam, I don't do it for the gram. Do it for my daughters, do it for my little man. That's my 2020, reason why I win. Lot of missed calls, looking bloody in my call log. I bet to myself, I'm not sorry that I logged dog. Check my mental health, I was feeling like a lost dog. Bounce back and wipe my paws off. Get it off the humble and I stick to what I know. Nights on top of nights, long nights took a toll. Took some steps back, but I still get up and I go. And now you know, I'ma make some and I'ma spend it, yeah. New Jeep, no doors with it, no. I won't stop now, who you kidding? Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma send it, I'ma send it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it. I'ma make some and I'ma spend it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it. Pressure on me daily, got the family on my back. Dreams are getting bigger, put the city on my map. Wrote inside my palm, but I'll try not to get attached. Moment that is here, could be over just like that. Fast car, no NASCAR. I was never working hard, I guess I'm mad smart. Top speed like a rocket, it was blast off. 6 figures from my couch without a mask on. Waited for my cycle like a laundromat. Going to the moon, it's on top and that. 2 straight years of dropping back to back. Epidemic jumping like an acrobat. I'ma make some and I'ma spend it, yeah. New Jeep, no doors with it, no. I won't stop now, who you kidding? Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma send it, I'ma send it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma make some and I'ma spend it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it.
Good morning all. Happy Monday to all. Hope we are all well. Hope everyone is good in Zoom. Hope everyone is good on YouTube chat. Let me see, I'm all systems go here. You know the drill. Let's have a look. All right, looks like we're good. So hope everyone is good. Hope everyone had an amazing weekend. And yeah, today is USD bank holiday, so no one be trading USD pairs today. That's basically how we do it. And yeah, tough spot of course on GJ here. We do have a few ranges we can maybe try to play with here, but overall, you know, USD bank holiday, this is not really an international holiday, otherwise we would have had other banks off. And pretty much us trading GBP JPY, we have the yen and the pound, which is not going to be impacted too much, but general absence of traders in the market could only be the problem. So for me today, regardless of any entries, I'm just going to be going 1% risk because that's easy for me. Just in case, I don't want to be hitting any home runs today, not trying anything tricky, just going to follow my plan, and I know the probabilities to that. And if the plan for some reason doesn't play out, then I can just look back and say, you know, it's bank holiday. I can account that to a little bit of inconsistency. If you just don't want, if you want to be super risk adverse, you don't want to take any risk today because you don't want the reduced probabilities, then you just sit on your hands, watch price action, take notes, get ready for tomorrow. Because even if you just watch today, even if you just watch price action today, what are you going to do? You're going to learn, you're going to see how price moved, what time it moved, which is information you can use for what tomorrow. So both ways it's useful. You're not really wasting time, you know, because we will see, not normal market, but we will see, you know, basically the London banks are open. So GJ in a very messy place. Yes. GJ is dicey, yes. So I can see a lot of people are you know, identifying that, which is good, which is good. And yeah, if spread is huge, that is not good. If spread is huge means there's just absence of traders. So let me see what spread is doing. No, spread is fine for me, man. Around a pip here. But yeah, because it's not Frankfurt open, it's nothing, just absence of traders, you know? Just absence of traders. So yeah, we need to just be a little bit careful here, you know, just a little bit careful. 2 pips here, damn. Yeah, that's pretty wide. And probably need to wait for Frankfurt open. So nothing, yeah, nothing crazy doing, not doing anything crazy today. But let's go ahead and look at the news here. So obviously today we have bank holiday. It's going to be a USD bank holiday, so no trading USD pairs here. If GJ just starts chopping or getting messy, then I'm just going to leave it till tomorrow and pick it up from tomorrow. Tomorrow we do have a bit of claim and count change here. So you know, not the biggest news here, but still it is a important news event, you know, kind of telling us about the employment market. And realistically, this is the big one, which is going to be Wednesday. So if we're going to see a move, probably we see finally some sort of resolution. Either we can see resolution, you know, basically as we come closer towards this date, because we can see basically you know, the news trying to be priced in, which could be good for us, or we're going to see resolution after we basically understand what interest is doing. So this is very important basically. So a lot of GBP news this week. We have GBP news Tuesday, GBP news Wednesday, Thursday we also we don't have GBP news on Thursday, so that's a clean day here. And then Friday we have again retail sales on the GBP. So basically only today and Wednesday is no news, but today is bank holiday, so you can consider it as basically a news day, I would say. Not a news day, but like a you know, not a normal trading day. So you know, pretty you know, chock-a-blocked week here in terms of stuff. But this is good to get all of this out the way, because hopefully this news will bring clarity to the market. It will allow investors to come back into the market, and of course, you know, allow us to hopefully get out of this range and just, you know, start seeing some price action. So if we go ahead and do the analysis here, and we start off on the daily time frame here, we can see that the daily time frame did close bearish here. We are respecting the low, so there's no real continuation until we break this low. We could end up revisiting this daily high today for a retest somewhere in here. 45 pip range, not the biggest range, but still of course tradable for scalps. If we're looking at the 4-hour time frame, we can see we created obviously a nice strong support here. We're breaking the high. This is our next contention zone realistically, is this 4-hour resistance. Anywhere in here is like a rejection zone where we're at. So if I bring back drawings, you can see this whole rejection zone from back here. And then we kind of have this zone here as well, which is a 4-hour support. So this 4-hour support is basically our next zone here, and you know, that we also need to watch. So basically we're trading within this range here, which is like a 10 pip range. So not the biggest range, but obviously this can be used as a watch. It's enough to get to and see what happens basically if volume can come in. So obviously I need to wait for Frankfurt open here just to see if we can have a bank open here, which will lower spreads of course. And yeah, not trying to force anything today, not trying to do anything tricky. The spreads are a little bit higher. I'm at 1.5 pips now, spiking 1.2, 1.5. So yeah, they are a little bit higher, which tells me there's lack of participants in the market and lack of liquidity. If there's lack of liquidity, obviously it's a little bit difficult for us to trade, because it just makes conditions more inconsistent. So yeah, basically waiting for an open here. If we can get an open in price, then obviously we will get a move, because you know, we will have liquidity back in the market. So If we're moving down on the time frames here, we obviously have this resistance here. We identified this 4-hour resistance is also that 15-minute zone. You can mark that all as like a 15 and 4-hour. That can all come together. You know, we do have this clean range here. What I do like, this is actually a benefit for us, is this wick tapped this hidden level here. So we had this resistance, which is a very important resistance, coming back from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 retests here. And when we came back up, we retested that already and we rejected. So that gives me this as a target. I don't need to worry about this one. I just need to use the wick as a target because it's already tested it. So I can use this wick as a target, and if we break the wick, we should have continuation. So basically, it's pretty simple plan. We are mixed bias. I'm more leaning on buys than sells based on the movement we had over Asian. Now, yesterday I sent out I discussed on the webinar a plan for buys. That plan played out perfectly during Asian. Asian was super clean today. Very straightforward Asian session. Close above this level here, as we can see with this candle, and then waiting to break the high. This candle broke the high, and it's very straightforward. Doesn't get easier, right? Point to point. And now we're at target, right? So luckily we've created structure. It's not been a straight push, which is fortunate. We're trying to create some structure here, which is also good for us, looking for continuation. But Asian session here has been super clean. You know, this is the exact plan we were talking about on the webinar. Either it was going to break down, but if it held support and you had that first 4-hour candle closing bullish like this, followed by this one, guess what? Buys above that zone are going to be pretty straightforward here, and yes, they were. You know, that was a super easy trade here. Very nice zone inside of here. So since that zone is like this, if this is going to be one big liquidity grab to create a, you know, we can preempt a lower high. So since we have a daily bearish close, we could have candle reject this and make a lower high and continue down bearish. Since we're technically mixed, this would be first structure. Breaking second structure down here would give me more confidence. I wouldn't try taking sells from up here. For me, that's too early for me to take sells. I'm pretty much bullish at this point here until we basically break below 85.81. Below 85.81 is pretty much where I'm looking, you know, for continuation towards the downside here. That's where I'd expect, you know, some sort of, you know, to entertain possible sells here. Now, for my plan for buys, I would like a close above here, which seems to almost be happening here, which is not ideal with this 30-minute not having a bottom wick. 1 hour does look fine though, and the time is my problem, right? The time is my problem at the moment. It's a little bit early, and with a bank holiday today, it's not something that I need to be pushing here, but doesn't look like we're going to close above anyways. We'll see 14 seconds, and we'll see basically what happens. If this doesn't close above, hopefully the next candle can chill for 15 minutes, and then maybe 11:15 after we get the 1 hour close, we can, you know, close above. That would be an ideal scenario. Can look to target the wick, but yeah, it's not closing above anyways. So yeah, this is opening now just on some volume. So there's obviously a heavy buying pressure. This just might be a day where we just slowly make our way towards the top of the range. But that trade really came from Asian session. That was the trade for today in terms of easy option. Something I was looking for from last week. I was hoping that Asian would do what it always does and ranges in here. And London, we could get a closure like this that allows us to go, you know, and take and maximize this zone. But since we don't have that, you know, we need to be a little bit patient here. So moving on to gold here. Now, gold, you shouldn't be trading gold today. Gold is not a pair to trade. Even in London, no USD pair I would recommend trading today because just generally because of, you know, it being bank holiday, there'll be inconsistencies. I will not be trading any USD pairs. Not that I do any trade any USD pairs during London. But, you know, obviously New York is a write-off because... How about oil? Yeah, oil a little bit different. Just be careful with it. If there is an inconsistency, if you end up, you know, getting messed up in the trade, don't worry about it. It's because of that. Just make sure that it has to be super clean. No need to force anything. Keep it nice and simple, right? But oil, you know, especially if you're trading US oil, right? Obviously US oil, you know, you need to be a little bit careful. So yeah, let's go ahead and look at the daily time frame here. Start off on the daily time frame. Remove drawings here. What I'm gonna do is, let's see, I will draw basically pretty much fresh. I will draw fresh for you guys so you can see how to draw fresh, but I will not remove these levels here. because these are next levels. So yeah, let's draw fresh here. So we have this daily support that we retapped, right? So we can mark this as Prev daily support. PRV. So it's our previous daily support here that we tapped into here. 4-hour time frame as well tapped into that. That not really relevant. Gonna move it down to here like this and make this just one 4-hour support because, you know, sells are gonna make sense below that anyways. So yeah. Continuing, this is also the idea Kevin mentioned in chat here, that this is the same thing we discussed also in Asian. It happened where we create the support here and then trade back to the top of the range. So that happened on gold, which is nice to see. Continuation will only come once we get above this range where we tapped into here. So we you can see where we tapped here. Above here would be good for buys, but it being bank holiday, it's not something I'm going to take. But that would be the plan for me. Everything's bullish. I'll probably look for, I mean, for the session, everything's bullish. I'll probably look for buys to utilize this, you know, fill these wicks and fill this zone here above the range here. But obviously it being bank holiday, not something I'm really going to do. Yeah, but it's a little bit messy here with this. So you'll probably be looking above this resistance. This resistance is a 15. Yeah, something like that. See? Yeah, there you go. So yeah, that would be the plan. And I mean, for selling today, I mean, if I was going to sell, I don't think it makes sense to sell right now until at least you have a 4-hour closing bearish here. But with that previous daily closing bearish, previous 4-hour closing bearish, it's a bullish session. So I'd expect it to go, yeah, I expect it to go up. So yeah, that's basically the analysis for gold here. Nothing too complicated because it's bank holiday, so I just need to wait and see till tomorrow till I really make a real analysis. So yeah, what's GJ doing at the moment? GJ's trying to get up. It's made its bottom wick. I would like to see this 30-minute make a bottom wick, but it doesn't matter if this 30-minute doesn't make a bottom wick because we have the 1-hour close. 1 hour will be closing in 10 minutes here, so we'll see what that does. Hiram, my Forex factory for some reason says bank holiday tomorrow, Tuesday, instead of today. I wonder why. It's probably your time zone, right? Because what time is it for you right now? You're probably in Australia, right? So it will be tomorrow. By the time the bank holiday lands, it will be tomorrow because now it's your afternoon, right? Or evening. So yeah, guys, if you, yeah, exactly. So by the time it is bank holiday, because US is still on yesterday, right? Or it's very late in some, you know. So if you guys enjoyed the analysis, you know the drill. Almost 500 of us in here. Appreciate everyone showing up. If we could do the YouTube business and leave a like, I would appreciate it. Get the likes up at least 150 or 200 would be good. Then I don't have to ask. You guys know the drill. Part of the game. Don't like to say it, but yeah, still. We are still 14th? Yeah, exactly. Today's 15th. So yeah, that's it today, man. Nice analysis here to learn, GJ. Thank you for the free value. All good, all good. So now it's just a game of, okay, let's see what happens here, right? For me, I don't mind throwing 1% on today if we get a close above this 4-hour support. Doesn't really bother me in terms of my long-term consistency. I would not follow along with me if you're going to be uncomfortable with that. But I think for the opportunity, I don't mind giving it a shot here. If it fails, it fails. Next buy option would be 185,440. Above? No, the minute we start getting above 400s, I don't like it. It just gets too messy. This is our last chance, basically. As soon as we pop above 418, 400, I would say, yeah. Above 400, it's just complete crap. Probably your next shot is above 547 here. How does that look on 15? And then it's again crap. Not nice. Not nice ranges. Where to watch the Sunday market? In the Google Drive. So if you go to Google Drive, go to webinar recordings in the Google Drive. and you'll find it there in webinar recordings here. They're not, for some reason it doesn't put it in order, but you can sort it here. Sort by last modified, right? So then you can get, because for some reason here, it doesn't put them in order, the webinars, but you can just check the date. The date is always there. So yesterday will be this one right here, the 14th. That's the one. I have a 600k funded in and become profitable trader. Can I make 10, 20k easily per month? Is it time to leave your job? Well, then look at this, right? Look at this and treat it like this. With a funded account, you're one step away from being back to zero. What if that account gets taken away? You're not going to be making 10, 20k a month. What if your payout gets denied? You're not going to be making 10, 20k a month. So you have to have contingencies. So if you want to go down the prop firm route and you want to rely on it, which you should never, right? You should never rely on one prop firm. Then you obviously have to have multiple accounts, probably with different prop firms in case one just denies. Because you have multiple accounts on the same prop firm, if they deny one payout, then you're obviously they might as well deny another payout. So you probably want diversification, would be very, very important in that, you know, to keep you safe and also to allow you not to, you know, be stuck in that position. Otherwise, yes, but make sure before you quit, you're seeing consistency, not for a month, not for 2 months, not for 3 months, not for 4 months, for a year. You need a year of consistency before you even think about, you know, before you think about going full time, you know, and then slowly throughout you can start, you know, it depends also on your saving situation, right? What's your saving situation, right? Do you have savings? Can you afford 1 month to be break even? If you can, then obviously that's going to remove stress. If you can't, if you're living I don't think anyone should be full-time trading living paycheck to paycheck. That's facts. That's a straight fact. If you're living paycheck to paycheck, you shouldn't be full-time trading. No way. Right? That's just silly. Bro, if I want to follow one time frame, which is best, that in itself is already an issue. You can't just follow one time frame. You have to do analysis like we did from the higher time frame down. And I'd say if you follow one time frame for entry, stick to 15. Probably your best. It depends on which stage you are at. Try to pass it first with proper discipline, not by luck. Get 5, 10 payouts, then ask about what to do with prop firms. Yeah, it's a long journey, right? Think about it like this, guys. Like, have realistic expectations with prop firms. You're paying, how much is a prop firm account? 100k is like what? $4.99? 500 bucks? 500 bucks. So you're paying 500 bucks to get an account that you can generate 10k off if you make 10%. So let's be realistic. What is that return on investment? That's a huge return on investment. Huge. So be realistic, right? That's not true in any world. That's a scam. If you tell me, look, I'll give you $1 million, you give me 50 million back, right? I'm like, no, that's a scam. Well, it's the same thing. You're saying I'm going to give you $500, and if I do a game, if I pass a game and pass certain levels, you're going to 20x my money. Like, let's be realistic. Focus on the small goals, right? Generate small payouts, generate consistent payouts, and then scale up. But your first job is going to be to pass. Passing is a useless thing, right? Why is passing useless? Because it only proves to you that you're a good trader. But people think passing is the end all be all. It's nothing. It's just the beginning. Once you pass a prop firm, that's only when you start to get paid, right? Not when you are, you know, the job of passing is not going to pay you. It's not going to prove anything if you pass by luck as well. If you pass by luck, it's not proving anything. I see so many people pass funded challenges just to finish the verification stage and then go on and not know how to trade and then just end up back in square one needing to pass another challenge. You know, it's mind-boggling. You see it all the time and people will be so surprised. It's like they're so locked in to pass this challenge, and they're like so concentrated, and they're putting so much pressure on themselves to pass their challenge, and they're making it such a big thing, and they're trying to blame others, and they're trying to find a way to pass the challenge, and then they pass the challenge, they feel like they're on top of the world, and then you find out what? Oh, I messed up. I see it all the time. A lot of people do it. Why does that happen? Because it's building. When you're passing the challenge, you need to pass it the same way that you're going to generate money, right? Passing a challenge through luck, passing a challenge through randomness, variation. Yeah, you do it a certain amount of times. At some point, you'll pass. But then what's next? Right? What's next? What's next is generating profits. That's what's important. So if you can pass a challenge using your plan, then that proves that your plan works, and that proves that you know what you're doing. And then you should be able to, it should be super easy once you pass. Should be, okay, fine, just follow my plan, and now I can actually withdraw finally. You know? Alright, today is holiday in the US. That will influence the market. Yes, it will influence the market. Do not trade New York session, or it's up to you. It's your choice, but I'm not doing it. That's just like a little bit silly in my eyes. I think you can have unnecessary losses that you could avoid. Even today on GJ, just being a little bit careful here. A little bit careful. We are in a very choppy zone. My inconsistency is gonna come in this zone, right? If you guys look back at, like we did this drill in the webinar. Look back at the last week's price action. All of us didn't take trades. People in the chat were like, "You don't take trades. You don't take." Yeah, this is why, man. Go look at this. You think this is a good spot to take trades? When we were taking trades in moves like this? Like, remember we took 4 trades in here. 4 trades. Right? Obviously I can take 4 trades here, but what's this, man? I'm not really interested in this. This is where you're gonna lose all that money that you made in taking the easy trades. So I rather sit out. And if today I have to sit out again, then yeah. And this is the problem. You guys backtest. You guys, look back in the market. Backtesting is super important, but the one thing it doesn't teach you is patience. Why doesn't it teach you patience? Because in backtest, when you have a boring day like this, you can just press skip, right? Skip, 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 skip. And that's why I wanted to make a software that also has tick data. So you watch the candles, hey? You watch the candles. Even if they're sped up, you still have to watch it. Because maybe you're like, oh yeah, that's a setup. You take it and then it didn't play out, and then you realize you weren't following your plan. Yeah, and also depending on spread here, we have this Frankfurt open now. If I don't see spread calm down right now, I'm not interested, because I'm going to be triggered like 1.5 pips above, and then it's going to close me 1.5 pips below. So like you need a big move. What is spread doing? Yeah, spread is pretty high, man. Spread is pretty high. So yeah, 1 hour candle opened here. No bottom wick again. And all the candles except for the 30-minute did end up making a bottom wick. This one did. This one even didn't. So yeah, no bottom wick city, which shows me that no one's grabbing liquidity. It's just pending orders. These are just pending orders that are getting filled. There's no like, okay, need to come down, fill in order to continue up. So yeah, we'll see if this can flip and close above. That would be the option. When Pip Labs 2 V2 coming out? That is going to come out in beginning of February, we're hoping for. That we're hoping beginning of February we'll be able to deploy that. So be sure to join the waitlist if you're interested in purchasing it and getting it for a more attractive price. Look at this. So if this just pushes through our zones, then it's pretty much kaput for me. There's nothing I can do in this type of market here. So this is the trade that I of course wanted. Bro, you have a stupid strategy which hardly trades more than 1-to-1? Thanks, man. Then don't follow it. It's pretty simple, man. I would like to see your strategy. I wonder why you're on a live stream as well. So if you don't like my strategy, then trade your strategy. You're obviously way better than me and making a lot more money. That's why you're sitting in a YouTube chat sending that comment. Is that setup 3? No, because nothing closed above, Tony. Nothing closed above that 4 hour. And even if it was setup 3, you wouldn't enter because 1 hour has no bottom wick, right? That's important, 1 hour, no bottom wick. I tried your strategy through your free course. It works well in Euro USD. Thank you so much. Oh, someone likes my strategy. That's good. Thank you, thank you. I'm glad it has. People calling our strat are bad is just so salty? Yeah, probably. They are very, very salty. But it's okay, man. If he doesn't want a 79% win rate and to generate profit, that's fine with him. As long as he's profitable, then let him do his own thing. It doesn't affect me. I trade negative RR. Win rate is much higher with negative RR. That guy watches too much Insta. This guy is some sniper entry. Put a buy limit and then put a smiley face next to the limit so it says buy only and post it on Instagram story. And said sniper entry, man. Your strat is beaut. I followed it. I'm very happy with it. Yes, sir. I'm happy with it too. I'm happy with it too. It demands patience, but trading is patience. Trading is patience. Especially in market conditions which are not on your side. That's where patience is the number one factor. Number one factor is going to be patience when market conditions are not in your side. Because if they're not on your side and you're taking trades and then you start losing, it's where you dig yourself a hole beginning of the year. I say this again and again and again. Don't dig yourself a hole in the beginning of the year. Right? We already have to climb a mountain this year. The last thing we want to do is start from a hole. It's not easy to handle live sessions with so many people watching and criticizing you. Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy. You have to be super confident in what you do. Because everyone criticizes you. Everyone doesn't believe what you do. Everyone will love you when you win and hate you very hardly when you lose. And you're only remembered for the last thing you do. So you have to, the only reason, so you're like, why do it? Well, if no one's going to do it, if no one's, then all of this toxicity is going to impact people who are actually here trying to learn. So this at least if you're a confident person and you're confident in what you do, then you at least are allowed, what's the word? You're allowed to express, that's the word I'm looking. I can express what I do to the audience that does want to listen, the audience that does want to get better. Right? So that's how it works. Hey Harry, can you document the strategy so we can reference it whenever we want a small journal? You fortunately already have that available to you. If you go to my stream journal, you will find I have documented all the entries taken on stream. And all the trades that are taken off stream, I put it in here. Where is it? It's the group here in free. If you go to resources, not resources, sorry. If you go to the free group and go to Harry's trade, you can see this was a trade taken in our group. This one was taken on stream. This trade was discussed on stream but taken in our group. This was that trade. It took a while for it to play out. Same thing here. So yeah, you can, that's also another journal with a little bit more description. Look at this, man. Where's this volume coming from? Seeing if there's any way I could have entered this. This candle, no bottom wick. At this resistance here. Tapping this now. 5 minute any. Yeah. So yeah, it's following all of our plans. Pretty simple zone here. Just needed a way in. That's all. Just needed a way in. Like and support the channel. If you're enjoying the stream, feel free to leave a like. I'm stuck in the break-even stage. How do I move on? This is a great question. Being break-even is a great spot. And it mainly comes down to look what's causing you not to be break-even. Is it you're not allowing trades to hit your TP? Is it because you're taking unnecessarily losses per day? Probably try take less trades and more quality and it will get you out that stage. Look at this, man. Rocket here. Are you taking any trades? Yeah, I would do, but I'm not seeing any entries at the moment. I'm okay to take trades, but until I see any entries. Yes, I agree. I watch your course and it's great. Only problem I'm having is sometimes I try to match my markup with yours and seem to be off. Yeah, but you have to remember my markup comes also from levels from the week before. So don't worry too much about that. Very sus, no bottom wick. Yeah, after this push, it's probably doesn't want to make a bottom wick here. It's still possible, of course. We have a whole hour for it to do so. But I mean, where's our next range? We do have above this range here. Like this. How big is this? 10, 11 pips? Yeah, so I mean, if we created resistance and closed above, that's your only next trade. Then once we get again above this, it's too messy here. Way too messy. Like even this, yeah, even this I don't like. It's, you know, you have very small range to the 4 hour here. You mostly trade GJ, rarely gold? Yeah. Gold is mainly a pair to trade in New York session. So if you're going to trade gold, I'd recommend that you trade it in New York session. Personally, when I started practicing your strategy, the first felt like I know what I'm doing after 9 months of trading. That's good, man. Link to this in the free Discord. Good job, man. Keep it up. Thank you. Thank you. Do you have a video on how to create a trading journal? Yes, I do. It's on my channel. How to get access to your free course? It's free on YouTube. All your answers are here. Even yesterday's video, go ahead and watch yesterday's video. This is a very important video, managing trades, right? Make sure you learn how to manage trades here. And here's my free course for those asking. Man, this thing is just rocking here. This is the exact trade I wanted. The exact trade I wanted. I guess this 1 hour close, if you ran it 1 hour stops. I'm not trading at this time though, 9 o'clock. Almost at 1-to-1 for that. Yeah, it would be exactly 1-to-1. 23 pip stop, 22.7 pip target. I think that's the only option, but Monday bank holiday, no thank you. Not doing it that early. Where's the drive link you showed and the Excel sheet? The drive link is only for exclusive members. So only if you're part of the exclusive group, you can get access to the Google Drive. Right? So those webinars are all done for the exclusive group. How many languages do you speak? I speak one language. I can fluently. I'd say my second best language is going to be Arabic. I know enough to get by. I know enough to hold a conversation. I wouldn't say I'm fluent though. Also Italian, same story with it. Only two to stuff. Yes, exactly. Un sigaretta, un cafe. That's the only thing I know. That's what you need after trading. So just for reference here, look at the time we had volume, right? 11 o'clock. We need to use this for tomorrow, right? 11 o'clock volume came, and that's that. How do we get access to the drive? You should have requested already. If not, just go to resources in the private group up here. See this resources tab, click on it and then request access, and then just you'll see the instructions there. I noticed the volume comes when we broke an important level. Oh wow, good morning Claudio. No wonder we take setup 1 when we break levels. Why would we take it when we're chopping sideways? You don't understand? No, I don't think I do. I don't think I do know what you're saying then. So you'll have to explain yourself. Regardless of hour? Not always, man. Test it. Test it. Take 15-minute level. Back test it regardless of the hour when it breaks an important zone. You'll see the statistics. You can't test it because you can't know when the market's important. If the level's important, then it's always volume. Or you mean like a key rejection level or something? Yeah, but what if we reject it for another time? Right? It only makes sense this in hindsight because that's the time we broke it. So that's why we wait for like a close above. Yeah, yes, in hindsight, yeah, of course, you're right about that. But let's say we closed above here, that's our trade, right? We would enter on that. So that would give us our entry confirmation. But that gives you perspective, hour is not guaranteed. Especially if we're breaking out like a higher time frame range. That is very true. Hour is not important when we're breaking big ranges like this, like that close. This close here, doesn't matter what time this happens. Like that's a huge close. To break out of a level we haven't, you know, you could just even run 4-hour stops on that, you know. So that's big, like stuff like this, big closes. Yeah, that's irrespective of hour. But again, the only thing that has to be respected is structure, because if you look at a move like that, structure was always respected no matter what. Right? This low respected, this low respected, this low respected, this low respected, and so on. So that's why I tell you when you're doing those, breaking out of big zones, run stops below structure, because that's where you're wrong. In that time we can get inconsistency like these wicks that come and break the low, right? See, this broke the high, but still also broke the low. So that would have stopped you out if you just ran candle below the low. Right? Look at this here. Look at this. Broke the high, setup 1, right? Look what happened here, setup 1. If you took this or break of this high and put stop below this candle here, this would have stopped you out. But below structure, yeah, nothing is touching you, or at least back inside the range. Could we have not entered on the close and structure above the 15? Which the problem is that was the 1 hour open, and the 1 hour open just ripped no bottom wick. 251, I was not trading at 251. That's before 10 a.m. I don't know at that time what's going to happen. Because at that time here, I said if this thing closes down here, we're looking for sells. If you were, would you have entered? But I'm not. That is not my trading time. Do you have your setup video? Yes, we do have our setup video. Why is GBP better than Euro? It's just something I prefer to trade. I can't seem to find the journal. The journal's in resources in the free group. You will find it there. Join the free group. Remember, anyone that DMs you will not be me. I'll never DM you first. I don't know who you are. So I don't have any business messaging you. I don't want anything from you. Just a like. A like will do. A like will make me happy. Morning, Harry and fellow traders. Remember to like the stream. Thank you, thank you. New York market gonna close today? It is closed. It's not gonna open today. It's gonna remain closed. What is flip? When a candle turns from bullish to bearish or from bearish to bullish. That's a candle flip. Does GJ no bottom wick indicate no range for GJ? No. GJ bottom wick just is a probability standpoint. So if we look at probabilities, if price leaves no bottom wick, most candles have bottom wicks, right? If we go on the, let's go see the last 10 1-hour candles. Yes, bottom wick, 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 yes, 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 still yes, 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 you get the point, right? Except for this. So if we look at how many candles have a bottom wick and top wick, there's more often than not. We could say probably 90%, right? You could average it in terms of what I've done on testing. It ends up being 90%. So if I know 90% of the time there is some form of wick on a candle, and let's say with a high volume time, we could account it to less. That's why sometimes in a high volume time, I don't mind trying a 15-minute candle with no bottom or top wick in a very high volume time. Why? Because, you know, we can rely on volume just to give us a push we're looking for. But when we have a 1-hour candle and we know that, hey, let's say in a high volume time, at least 80% of the time or 70% of the time that we need to see a top or bottom wick, then that's going against my idea if I'm looking for buys and there's no bottom wick. Because what if this thing only pops up 6 pips and then that's a liquidity grab for it to make a bottom wick and then I'm holding drawdown? I don't want to be involved in drawdown. I don't want to be involved in drawdown. Give me a sec, just go to the bathroom and come back. Is there any way of trading this aspect to expect the bottom wick? I've looked into that. It has to be when we have bias very solid. So we could use it when there's no top wick and we're looking for buys. That's a good way. That works a lot of the time. Or if we're at a specific zone, you know. Otherwise this won't work. Like right now you would be screwed, you know, anyone trying to do that. Because now everything's going against you. Candle has closed bullish. It's had a big push. Where are you going to keep stop loss? So it's not really... I know traders who do it, but it's slightly different in that. Because, I don't know. It's just, I haven't noticed it too consistent in GJ. Because you would have lost every single time you did it, right? If you took a buy here expecting this to make a top wick, you would have lost. You'd probably be better that if a candle opens with no wick, you make more money. Look, no wick, it went up. So follow the direction it opened with no wick. You probably look, if we look at this right now in hindsight, no wick it went up, no wick it went down, no wick it went up. You know? Depends on SL, but yeah, where will you keep SL? You'd have to run something super wide. Like this candle made no top wick, but if you ran like a big stop loss here, 50 pip stop loss, yeah, at some point you would make, you know, what's this, 20 pips here? Once it eventually did its thing. But yeah, you're playing with 50 pip stop loss. Same thing here. This maybe can come down later, but you're not wrong until we basically break above here. So again, you need to run a massive stop loss. For what? I don't know how big the target would be. You just have to run massive stop loss. You have to run the style where you just expect at some point that position should go in profit and run extremely negative risk to reward, like 0.1 risk to reward. That's how that would work. But if you lose, like, you know, the difference, you know, we trend a lot on GJ. Even with massive stop loss, not profitable. I don't know why you're concentrating on these minute things. Just focus on the plan, Claudio. Focus on the plan. This is not relevant at the moment for your trading. Fine to look at, but don't try solve the issue. Doesn't need solving. You know things are going to be worth it when you see them happen a lot. When you see something happen a lot, then you look into it. That's how I do it. When I see something in the market, like the thunderstorm entry, guys, the thunderstorm entry was made in the last year. When I notice that every single time I get a 5-minute structure on my close, those trades are high probability. And I saw that again. And I saw that again. And I said, hey, maybe I should make this a whole setup or something I wait for when I want more confirmation. And guess what? I developed the thunderstorm entry. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to wait for that sometimes. So then I investigated, okay, when should I wait for it, right? Yeah, same thing, trailing on 1 minute, the squeeze method. I realized, fine, my trades are hitting TP and I'm closing, but there's no real pullback there. It just pushes past my TP. So let me learn how to squeeze. Let me study 1 minute structure. I would sit there and watch 1 minute structure. I'd watch how 1 minute. And the guys in the group can tell you, sometimes we watch on 1 minute and I'm telling them zones that 1 minute can react off 1 minute and it does. And they're like, how did you understand that? Because I noticed it was something that could be useful. So I sat and observed it. Not for a week, not for a month, not for, 2 months. No, like 6 months. GU and GJ have some relation or completely different? I notice sometimes they come together and sometimes, they're not. They're not trading together. Do you trade prop firms? No. How do you get your daily 4-hour 15-minute candles to stay in alignment? When you switch between, they shouldn't be in alignment. They won't. Thank you for your new video, Harry. I recently came across this issue in my trade, so I'm glad you make it clear for me. Welcome, welcome. I'm glad you enjoyed the new video. And make sure you guys check it out. You know DVS? No. I know who Don Vo is, but not DVS. How is your thought process while creating a new setup? Is it just something you repeat itself in the market and then backtest it? Exactly. You can't really make many new setups on a price action based strategy because there's only a few ways we can enter. We're entering all on candle closures at support or above or below resistance. That's it. We're entering candle closures at resistance. We're entering candle closures at support, whatever. That's the only way. So the only thing we can do is, okay, how can we adapt different formations within that, right? It's not that complicated. The number one thing is going to be understanding zones, understanding basically where you positioned in the market. That's going to be a deeper understanding. And here's something, like, I notice a lot of people here in chat are very, very, what do I call it? They're too excited to take trades. You're too hesitant, you're not hesitant, but you're too like, I need a trade. If I don't get a trade, it's like a gambling issue, guys. Don't build that relationship with the markets. It's going to eat you up long term. I can guarantee, like, guys, it's only January 15th. Like, relax. Don't be forcing trades, trying to, obviously, if you're trading a clean pair, something that has, yeah, don't be desperate. If you have something that's having volume, like gold has been okay. Look at this. During NY, you have volume here, right? Or if you're trading whatever it may be, we have guys trading DAX. If it has volume, we have people trading oil. Oil has had volume. But when you're trading something like me, like GJ, that is just because other people are taking trades doesn't mean that I need to be trying to get involved in this crap here. Right? This is what's going to make you lose. Understand. Be patient, because if you're going to force trades in here, you're going to build inconsistency, and number one, you're going to lose confidence. I was speaking to a friend the other day, and he started trading a bigger account now, and he's been busy during the day, and he's like, I've just set alerts. Whenever my alerts trigger, I look at the chart. If it follows the plan, I take the trade, and I've had my most consistency I've ever had. He's like, it's been super easy. Yeah, he's taken losses, 3-4 losses, but he's taken, a lot more wins, right? And he says, all I'm doing is following my plan. And he's like, with the extra money, I've made way more. And he's like, it's so surprising compared to me sitting at the charts all day, taking, trying to wait for positions and forcing something, right? That's what, and that's what I've been trying. And I promise you guys, I promise you that when that happens to you, you will say, yeah, he was right. Focus on just one session, looking for one good position that follows your plan, and that's it. If nothing follows your plan, you've lost nothing. You've protected yourself from something that could have higher probabilities for you to lose. Right? Trust me on this, please. This is one thing I'm trying to tell you, Because I promise you that will bring you consistency in these markets. And stop putting these expectations on yourself. You will get those big moves. You will get those big trades. You will. But there's a big word in that is you will get those. It has to be your plan. Has to be your big trade. Right? We should all be here to learn from this beautiful man, not take his trades, ungrateful people. Learn and earn, brother. Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, just don't hate on the strat. Like, don't hate. Don't tell me what to do, and don't hate. Not you, of course, but people. Just don't hate on what I do, because it's worked for me and I'm happy to continue doing so. Right? I have full confidence in what I do. Right? My strategy and because it's been tested. You guys have seen it tested. I'm not someone who's hopped on stream, 3 days ago. You've seen that data all in front of you live. I can't hide my losses. You've seen my losses. You've seen me mess up. You've seen me make mistakes. You've seen me move break even too early. You've seen it's all a psychological game. Following the plan and technical analysis, it's not that hard. Not that hard. No trades over 400, up to you, brother. Depends on your risk tolerance today. You want to buy into 4-hour resistance and this chop, you can. You have about an 8 pip range to 500. If we, let's say, close above here, yeah, 6 pips you have. So if you want to trade 6 pips to see what happens, yeah, why not? Take 6 pips. If it rejects, go break even, right? Because that's inside of your control. What's outside of your control, if it hits your rejection zone, taps you break even, goes in a little drawdown, and then ends up playing out. That's outside your control. But if you're like, hey, I really don't mind taking 1%, then just leave the trade and don't get pissed though. Right? Don't get pissed that if that doesn't happen. That's the way you approach this this market today. Another big part of trading is this is a very big part of trading that no one talks about, right? How annoyed, right, are you gonna get at this trade not playing out? Should be a factor of if you take it or not. Because if you're gonna get super pissed that this doesn't play out, then hey, that's gonna be a factor for you not to take it, right? Because it's going to leave you in emotions. Because if you already feel like that before taking the trade, you're going to be a mess in the trade when money is going up and down. Trust me. Hi Harry, hi everyone. After following your strategies on demo, watching your stream for 2 months, I'm finally ready to take a live trade today. Thank you for the guidance. I'd probably say for your first live trade, wait till after a bank holiday, I would say. You know, there's no rush, right? Just wait for the plan to happen and execute back at the plan. But, you know, do you set them on your phone? Yeah, I set them on my PC, but they come on my phone because there's a setting here for your alerts. That's you can set it here that I'm logged in, so it will alert me on my phone as well. I get both. So even if my PC is shut down, I get alerted on my phone. Yeah, they do transfer to phone. Yes, that's what you said. It's a setting, man. It's a setting. It should be a setting. Events, alert lines. Make sure this is on. And then check in your phone. Or maybe it's a setting like you have to click here, like in these settings here. Yeah, notifications. It will probably be in one of those settings or something like that. Damn, 196 notifications. Who's spamming me? Bro, how has December been for you? December was a great month in the markets, actually. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Nice volume, easy moves. You know, it was good. It was a good, clean month. First week of January was a gift. I'm telling you that much. First week of January was a gift. That was too clean. Too clean. How was last week? Break-even week for me last week. There was nothing much happening. I took only one good win here on GJ, and then the rest was just choppy. I took like 3 break-even trades last week on GJ here. Tried some sells here, ended stopping me up break-even. Then we did try together some other sells as well. And then I took these buys above here. That was the best trade. Got around 20 pips here. Nice little move here. Break of this high. And no continuation though. And then that's it. So nothing crazy last week. Nothing crazy last week. But again, we're still chugging along here. Still going good. Considering the conditions, last week I wouldn't be surprised to be 1 minus 1% minus 2%. Right? Wouldn't mind being minus 1 minus 2% because of what the choppiness it is. But there's a 5-second delay on your phone. Yeah, you just put it below the level. So at least when it's getting... Anyways, when the alert comes on my phone, I check the time. Because if it's not a 15-minute close, it doesn't matter that that alert was triggered. Right? So let's say I wanted to alert at this level here. I'd set an alert like this. And that's it. If the alert triggers, right, I'll check the time. If the time is like 35, I know I have 10 minutes for this candle to close. So even if this alert triggered, there's still 10 minutes. It's not going to follow my plan. Because I need the candle to close. Not good for stream. Yeah, it's so tough when my main pair is doing this. What can I do in London, guys? You've seen it in front of yourself. You know, and many people look immediately, Oscar, you look at it negatively. What about, right? What about if you were trading and forcing positions in this? You're not looking at it positively. You're happy that you didn't lose all week last week. Or maybe you did because you didn't know how to trade these conditions. And that's something you have to look back and say, maybe when price is this choppy, I need to take a step back. And there's no rush because when price is clean, that will be easy money. What's incredible for me is that I'm up 5-6% since I started lowering my 1% to acceptable money. Yeah, man. Psychological game, man. Seriously, a psychological game. What's your minimum zone to take a trade in? I don't close below basically 10 pips. It's just not valuable because my stop loss is normally bigger. So wouldn't be valuable for me to close anything less than, unless there's a very solid reason and I want to take profit at this level. Still money is money, but you don't want to make a habit of it for no reason. Like there's no reason to close at 10 pips just because it reached 10 pips. Like what's your reason? Have we reached resistance? Have we reached something that encourages you to make that argument true? Can we look at gold? What's happening there? Yeah, it's bank holiday. I'm not interested. I don't trust any price action here. Selling gold right now, not a good idea because of how we have 4-hour candles bullish. You would probably want, you could argue we're at the top of the range. 1 hour change of structure here. 15-minute also change of structure could give you sells. Probably, down to these levels here. But again, we don't know what's the consistency of that happening. Because it's bank holiday. You shouldn't be trading. If you guys don't have the discipline not to trade on bank holiday, you're probably not ready to trade yet. If you can't trade one day, then it's a problem. I swear I'm proud of myself. The one thing that I've learned with this community and of course with Harry Style is patience and discipline. My plan on GU played out, but I decided not to take Gbpjpy since it's US holiday. Reason I did not send my GU plan. I'm happy my plan played out compared to before. This left me feeling a FOMO. And for sure I'll FOMO next. Yes, it's good, right? Because if it didn't play out, you would be a lot better. Right? And that's not something I've literally tested. I've not tested USD pairs during bank holiday because it's, so I can't give you the most accurate results. Hey bro, thanks for that tip. Check the time to see if the candle has closed once it hits your alert. Definitely something I've learned today. Many thanks. Yeah, it's important, right? Because if the candle is not even closed, so what, it hits my alert? Like this, right? This alert would have been hit. It doesn't mean anything if this candle is just doing nothing. So I'll just wait till the candle closes. Hey, I backtested and found one finding. Need your opinion on that. Till now, I've been putting stops below last 30-minute candle, and I found we should wait for closing below the last 30-minute. Well, for me, mine's always below structure or below previous 15, 30, whatever candle close I take the trade on. So let's say I wanted to take a trade when this candle closed above here. I'm going to put stop loss below the previous candle here. I have my own strategies, but watching you, man, I've learned more about being patient, disciplined. Now I'm up 13% last week. Well done, man. And that's a result of being patient. And people will see long term. People be long term. Took a trade earlier and closed early because I saw price pulling back. Now I see it continuing. What could have been done? Confident with holding. Why did you close? Just because you saw a pullback, or did it reach a level? Because if it reached a level, you were right. So, Mr. Snowman, did they end up paying you out? Let's see the chart. Okay, you took a trade here. That was your target. And then you closed early here. So if that was your target, see, for me, it's, if you have nothing in between here, there's no reason to. So let's see where you close. 116. Where's 116? You closed that. Oh, you took the Asian trade. That's nice, man. That's nice. You got that Asian. Yeah, there's nothing there to make you worry about it, man. Nothing. There's nothing. No resistance. that was formed, and also 5-minute structure was still respected, right? This one here, right? 5-minute structure was still respected. So realistically, you're fine. Probably I would understand this closure here if price reached here and broke these lows. Yeah, maybe. They did pay you? That's crazy, man. For those who don't know, in the exclusive, Mr. Snowman is the guy who I made that reel about. So if anyone wants to ask him about it. Bank holidays on US pairs. Is JPY okay? Yes, JPY and GBP should not be impacted. As we can obviously see, we're having movement in the market. Have spreads calmed down? Because spreads obviously an issue. So look. No, they're even worse. Yeah, it's just it's weird. There's lack of liquidity, but there is good movement. Harry, the way you talk reminds me of a young Andrew Tate. Statement is meant as a compliment. No worries. Tradesharpe, do you recommend to use a lot size calculator for only using 1% of your balance? Yeah, for sure. If you can't calculate it in your head, then calculate it on a lot size calculator. And if you're profitable and you have a good strategy, don't be scared of that 2%, guys. Don't be scared of that 2%. If you don't know what you're doing, 1% super safe. But 2% will see you nice growth. Like, I can take 3 trades and already be up 6% for the month. What's your opinion on prop firms? Do they really pay? And did you work with someone in the past? No, I have not, so I can't tell you. And also, I don't want to, because obviously if I work with them, they know I'll have YouTube, they know who I will be, and they'll obviously pay you. But it's just one of those things that if they, you expect them to pay you, and if they don't, you can't be pissed. What do you think about sells on GJ below previous 15? I would still say sells are going to be safest below here. Trying to sell into here, you can just end up having a setup 5 and you would be taking buys back up to these highs here. Buys would just make sense back up to these highs because everything's bullish, right? All structure is bullish. Higher, low, everything's bullish. So if anything, I would look for this to be an opportunity to buy back up. If anything. But we're at that 4-hour zone, right? Look how we perfectly closed at it. %1 of my balance instantly decreases the stress in my trading, even if it isn't much profit. Yeah, then that's a win, right? Until you can build confidence, then once you build confidence, you can increase. I don't even look at percentage, right? I know that my account can handle a certain amount, and I look at monetary value, right? I look at monetary value. How much am I comfortable to risk monetary, not percent of my account? I just make sure that my account is not being overused, right? And for me, overuse is anything, I would say plus 4%. Anything above 4%, even 4% is pretty high. I would say 3%. Anything plus 3%, you probably need a slightly bigger account. Depends on your psychology, though. I've seen people risk more and being able to do it, right? How can you handle swings in your account, right? Because the higher percent you risk, the more swings you can have. Remember, every single time, right? It takes 100 trades using a 1% is 100%. That halves every single time you increase a percent, right? Understand the math. Is it a good trading day? So far it has not been. It's a bank holiday, so I can't be pissed with it. Yeah, it kind of pushed through the zone I wanted to take a trade in, which kind of sucks. I was really waiting for that this morning. I saw it setting up and it was looking so juicy, man. Super juice. But there's no way I could have entered both times. Even if I didn't have this line here, I wouldn't have entered with this candle, no bottom wick. Man, this 1 hour candle might make a bottom wick. It was so close. I risk 8K every trade. It's 1-to-1, not working every time. I close early. Yeah, I mean, realize if you're closing early for a reason, that's okay, because that's your job to make a decision as a trader. But if you're closing early on emotion, probably you're risking too much. But just remember, there's no harm in closing early if there was a reason to do so. Just remember that. Just remember that. It's okay to close early. I'm never going to say that's a bad thing. You don't go broke taking profits, but there has to be a reason. You can't just tell me, well, I just saw a candle leaving a wick, I closed. No. What's the reason? Let's say my target was 500 here, but I closed at this 4-hour support. I'm not going to say that's bad. Why US bank holiday affects London session? It doesn't. That's why I'm here. If it affected London session, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be streaming. But it just makes the whole market slow because it's a big bank to close, right? And it will affect all USD pairs. So I won't trade any USD pair during London. Why? Because the USD bank is not open. So they're not trading. Harry, I'm not seeing my chats. I can see it. You can even see it in the screen there. You can see your name. It's working. I freak out every time if I'm up 3K, 2K. I fear to lose the profit, so I just close out. That's not a good habit, man. You're risking more than you're comfortable losing. Hey, I have $100. Should I go with funded or your own account? Well, that funded, if you're going to fail the funded, you're going to blow the 100. If you're going to fail your personal, you're going to blow the 100. So it's 2 ways to blow the 100 till you learn the skill. So do you have the skill? Then you could grow that 100. So if you have the skill, you can learn how to manage $100, grow it, and then with that confidence, that ability, use that money because you wouldn't have lost it or you shouldn't have lost it to buy yourself a funded if you would like. In India, they're saying Forex is a scam. Is it true? Well, if they think it's a scam, then that's their problem, right? People in Forex are a scam. I'll tell you that much. That is true. People in Forex are a scam, but every industry has scammers. Every industry. So probably they're saying it's a scam because of the people who taught them. Buy 2 months in the group trade demo, you'll make much more. Yeah, you will make much more long term for sure. For sure. I mean, yeah, that's 2 months worth in the group. And I'm telling you guys, anyone can attest to this, or maybe they don't agree with me. But 2 months in the exclusive group, you learn a lot, man, for that price. You learn a lot more than just gambling on a $100 account trying to figure out what you're doing. Right? I'm telling you. Or even a month in the group. Guys, think about it. That's 4 weeks. That's a session every single day for 4 weeks. That's 4 webinars. People charge thousands of dollars for a 3-day boot camp. We're doing webinars weekly. So yeah. Are you going to enter a trade if there's an opportunity, guys? I always enter a trade if there's an opportunity. I don't sit here for no reason. I have no reason sitting at the charts for just bullshit. I have better things to do. There's obviously a reason why I'm sitting here. I'm sitting here to see if there's any opportunity, and if there's opportunities, I'm going to take them. Very simple as that. The same thing I've been doing since I started streaming. Same thing. It sounds good. Where can I join these webinars? You have to be part of the exclusive group. But the spots close for the exclusive group. But if you would like to get in, there is a wait list open. So you can join the wait list, and then when it becomes available, you'll be accepted, or when there's free. So it's now only acceptance. You have to apply. So if you apply to the exclusive group, then you can be accepted. I'll show you here. Tradesharpe. So all you go here, and then you go to private community. Then you go to the wait list, and when you press join now, it's a wait list. So you'll only be charged if you're accepted. So it's only by acceptance. You can't just freely join. So if This is to just make sure serious people, right? And then when there's a spot, you can come in. So I can post that link. But only when there's a spot. So maybe it takes a couple of weeks or a week till you accept it or something. Harry, I still stay on my chart for an hour, not to force trades, but to observe and learn my own secrets, just like you. Created Thunderstorm and Squeeze. Also notice that demo makes me less serious. Then open a tiny account that is going to make you a little bit more serious, but not enough to put you in a difficult spot, right? Think about it. If you open an account, then you're risking half a dollar. It's not really going to put you in too tough of a position, but still is enough, because if you do that enough times, you make 100 mistakes. Maybe now you're losing significant money. I'm doing an FTMO demo account and I'm up 2,500 so far. If I can do 10,000, I'll do the challenge. Yeah, what size is your demo account? Just if you can make 10% on a demo account with FTMO and you follow the strategy that you can replicate, then sure, right? If you just did it randomly, no, I don't agree. Morning, Chizo. Hope you're well, man. People pay $7 for a coffee every single day. Mine is $1.5. Less than a cup of coffee, right? $1.8, sorry. 1.8. My bad. $0.3 I missed. So, yeah, it's up to you. What do you find more valuable? Or you actually learn the skill, make money, and then buy both. That's always the way. The way is to buy both. Today is no wick city, huh? Look at this, Claudia. Can you see this? This would be the worst day for your bot, huh? Trying to sell every no bottom wick. Big problem. So good you didn't deploy that. Otherwise we'd be in trouble. That's why it's extinct now. Yeah, it would extinct itself after today. But yeah, this is... If the next candle opens no top wick, no bottom wick, just buy, because that's where it's going. Harry, where can I watch the setups you're talking about? Yeah, I made a free video on YouTube. There's two places. You can check out my free course, which will tell you everything. Right? Or you can watch my setup entry just to see the setups by themselves. And make sure to watch yesterday's video, guys. Don't skip out on this. I promise the topic doesn't sound interesting, but it is definitely an amazing topic. That added 10% to my win rate. And 10% is a lot in Forex. I went from 70 to 80%, which is huge. It's huge. Success range of outer range breakout in Forex, 55%, 60%. Right? Because by the time we reach the outer range, the move is probably done. But breakout of the current range, 77. We can check. It's actually higher. If you do it like me, which is the way I take breakouts, the win rate will be, yeah, 76% of that. 76%. Yeah, which is good, man. That's about right. Good to see USD pairs. Yeah, the only time we trade, don't trade USD pairs, they're all playing out. Typical, right? BS, huh? Yesterday I was speaking to a friend and he told me this. He's like, if you're scared of your stop loss, the market will hit it. And if you think about this, guys, every time you've been scared about your stop loss, how many times has market hit it versus when you've never? When you've never been scared of your stop loss, Doesn't seem to be hit for some reason. It's weird. It's like we resonate this energy. Then take some, yeah, that's, you know, this is why it's, this is the hardest video game I ever played. Facts, man. This is magic internet money, bro. This is magic internet money. How crazy is it that we can sit here in our home, look at a screen, press a button and make thousands? It's crazy. It's crazy. You tell anyone that 10, 15 years ago, they tell you you're nuts. And the amount of emotion we go through doing it. Yeah, exactly, Claudio. As I always say, this is the only job you can work for 4 hours to not make any money but lose money. There's no other job. Any other job will pay you. Sweeping streets would pay you more sometimes. Yesterday's vid, very important. It preserves the money we make. Amazing vid as always, Harry. Thank you, Paul. Appreciate the support. Your live sessions are like free lessons. Why do you do that for free? Appreciate it a lot. Well, I have passion for it, right? So this is what I mean, right? If I have passion, then I'm able to do that for free. And free value for me is the number one thing. It builds me a brand, and a brand is important for me. If I want to, I'm just sharing my experiences. That's what I'm here for. And that's why I really don't like comments where people hate, because they don't realize, okay, I'm actually doing a lot of people a favor here. Many people charge for their live sessions, but people who don't, you know, they hold back in their live sessions. I don't hold back. I don't manipulate. There is gambling. Yeah, everything is gambling. Everything is a gamble. No decision in your life is 100%. Nothing. You're not even guaranteed that you live, right? God willing you do, but you know, see, that's, you know, there's probabilities to everything. So everything is a gamble. So if anyone tells you that trading is gambling, tell them, okay, fine, don't make any decisions in your life and tell me how far you get. I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see someone get very far in their life without making decisions. Please. As soon as you find someone who makes it far like that, tell me how they did it, because that's a stress-free life. That's a very stress-free life. You want to make it far? Learn to handle stress. Embrace stress. Embrace problems. Because they make you better than people who haven't embraced it. Born rich, yeah, people who are born rich also have a massive problem, is that they're blowing money. They don't get richer. Money only solves money problems. That's it. That's it. Money can only buy you out of things that make you unhappy. But then you just think about it. This is what I heard from someone who has money, right? This is a huge thing. And this changed it for me. This really changed it for me. If you have a lot of money, but you're not happy because you're not satisfied of what you've done, you're not satisfied with X, Y, Z, okay? But you have a lot of money. Yeah, it's cool. You buy the nice car, you feel good. You buy a yacht, you're sitting on your yacht, it feels good. You feel baller. But the minute that experience is done, you're still sad. You're still not content. And content is better than happiness. I don't believe in happiness. You can't be happy. You can have happy moments, but there's no such thing as being happy. Don't believe in happiness. And you'll probably be sad trying to be happy all the time. It's too hard. It's too hard. All right, so 1 hour candle has closed here. This candle here is just trying to muck about here below the 4 hour resistance. The problem, the 1 hour candle closed below 4 hour resistance. This 15-minute candle now trying to retest resistance. Start to have a choppy range above here. So yeah, it's just becoming overall choppy. Crypto in the future, good or bad? Treat it like any other asset. What do you think of NASDAQ stocks? Supply and demand. Cheaper prices, more demand, will go up. Expensive prices, less demand, will go down. That's as simple as it is, really. Really, really. That's as simple as how the markets work. If you want to make money in crypto, think about it like that. You can try going spiritual paths, yoga and stuff. There, it's advanced, like profitability in trading. It's all forms of discipline. And it all comes down to discipline. Anything that demands high level is discipline. But if you have money, you also have better health. I don't believe that's true. Some of the healthiest people in the world don't have money because if you think about it, everything's free. You want to eat food? Farm. You know, we just put a price to do work. Everything has a cost because of someone had to farm it from you. Someone had to go collect water from the well. Someone had to do, like my diet is expensive because of volume, but I'm eating on volume because I'm blessed that, I can buy more volume of food. But if I couldn't, right? If I couldn't, then the foods that I eat are very cheap. Chicken and rice, beef and rice, right? I mean, it's the cheapest food. I mean, I don't think you can find cheaper. Curing cancer has a cost, yeah, but this is where you try to reach out to people who could potentially help you with that, right? Of course, health is the most important thing. And I always wish everyone the healthiest of their lives. But if you can't afford to maintain your health, that's where you have to ask for help from people. Try find these philanthropists who are going to help you with that. London Open, can you share what's the next step now? Yeah, I mean, it's very simple plan right now. For 1 hour close below the 4 hour, we're still sitting at this 4 hour, keep rejecting it every time we come to. Multiple rejection wicks above. If this candle closes above, you have an option to 500 and that's it. So if that's enough for you to say, okay, let me try that, 5-6 pips, 10, 11 pips stop here, then yes, try it. And then if you get an extra push here, 10 pips, you get like a 1-to-1. What is spread, which I'm going to check now. Because if spread is like 2 pips, 3 pips, yeah, 1.5 pips for me right now. Oh, there, it's going down a little bit. But yeah, it's fluctuating. If spread is high, then it's not going to be worth it because what's going to happen? It's just going, you're going to get like 6-7 pips. And the sells, I think sells same spot, man. Maybe now you can maybe start, if this closes like this, you can argue below here. But there's a lot of rejections, these 2 rejections here. Alex Hormozy says something about happiness. What he says about happiness is that money doesn't buy happiness. It just gives you the resources to remove the things that you hate. I think that's the best way you can put it. What if we close above 500? We just have that 4 hour resistance there. That's the problem. This one here. So you're buying straight. Like the trade you took this morning, man, you had nothing to worry about, Asian session buys you took, it's clean as hell. Right? But now we're pushing into this zone right here. This is all resistances. May I know why the spread is fluctuating? Lack of liquidity. Right? We have volume but not liquidity. It's different things. Liquidity is just exchange of orders. Because obviously there's not going to be much traders in the market since it's a bank holiday. Trading and workout routine drains me, then make sure you don't get drained when doing that and you're a stronger human. Don't be weak. If that drains you, then someone else is not going to find that draining and be better than you. Just bought a book, Trading in the Zone. Got delivered today. Let's see. Then maybe we can call a move in the group. What do you mean? Call a move in a group. Enjoy it. Don't be weak, Tradesharpe 2024. That's it, man. Don't be weak. How do you know the spread? I can see it on my phone easily, or if you're on MetaTrader, you can just do it as an option. So you can simply add it as an option. All of us can move GJ if we're the only ones in the market. Well, obviously there's someone in the market to move it since this morning like this. Yeah, probably you. All right then. If this closes above, you better move it up. Trading in the Zone is a great book. It's a very popular book in the trading space. I haven't read it myself. I will find some YouTuber who summarizes it. Just to see what it's about. I'm too busy reading other books. You guys should schedule reading during your day. Like if you're going to read a book, make sure to schedule it. Make sure to schedule it. Every day I have a time that I read my books. I read books twice a day. I have 2 times that I read a book. Every day. I have to. And if I miss reading it because I was so busy, I'll do it before I go to sleep to make sure that I read. First thing when I wake up, I read a book. First thing I do when I wake up, read a book. While doing cardio. It's a good time to do it. A few wise words? Oh, damn. Check that out. I have that. I have that. The first book I read was this, The Intelligent Investor. This is a really complicated book, this one. Super interesting book. Very complicated book. It's really good, this one, actually. This is something you need to be mature. I was not mature enough to read this. I couldn't understand. I had to go and Google what a lot of it meant. But this is an interesting book. It's it's much easier to listen to the ebooks. It's great. I always listen to the ebook when I'm in the gym or driving. Yeah, I don't listen to books or read books. I study books. I'll actually study it like it's like I'm in school. Take everything, all the lessons. But here, you want to hear a big hack, guys? You want something that's life-changing if you really want to digest a book? If there's a book that you really want to learn everything about, listen to the audio and read at the same time. Oof. No way you don't learn. No way. Best losers winner. Yeah, I heard that was good. Last Friday I made such a big mistake. I was in a trade and I had enough money to pass a challenge, and when I closed the trade, in 1 to 2 seconds the price changed and I closed $9.98 and I needed $2 to pass. I revenge traded for $2 like an idiot. And I lost $188 for $2. There you go, man. There you go. Just wait. My old mentor told me about that trick, read and listen. Yeah, it's supposed to be really good. Isn't it too complicated to play, pause, rewind when you read? Well, you do it chapter by chapter and then write down what you learned about that chapter. I think if you really want to learn a book, you have to read it more than once. I don't see you fully understanding a book in one read. So what are you going to do, right? Now just focus on trading enough risk to reward, right? So not risk to reward, but just say, okay, I only need to risk $188 in my next trade to make $188, so you pass. Why does crypto have low spread? Because crypto has fees for crypto has very high spread on the brokers we use, but if you're using an exchange, then you're paying fees. What is CPI? As I got caught out on GJ, but I believe the news candle wasn't on factory Forex. And thanks for the video. CPI is inflation. It's one of the most important news. And yes, that would catch you out. You shouldn't be trading CPI. It's one of the most important news events. If you guys want to know what the most important news events are, check out my fundamental video, right? Look, NFP, it says here, NFP, FOMC, CPI. Those are like the three big ones, right? And CPI is part of it. So that explains to you. That explains it all to you. This group has helped me learn to be patient. That is, preserving my capital is way better than winning a trade that didn't follow your plan. I just remembered it was bank holiday for the US tomorrow. Today for you guys, so I won't trade here. Here to listen to what Harry has to say and absorb. Thanks, man. That's good. Smart decision. What is that blue line? It's purple. That's just a key level. That's a key level. What time is CPI news? CPI news will be on not tomorrow, the day after. Wednesday, 11 a.m. Dubai time. Listening and reading might help with your dyslexia. Yes, it does. It stops you from skipping over words. That's what we do when we have dyslexia. We skip. When is Pip Labs paid version coming out? We're aiming for February. Beginning of February, we're aiming to launch. And before we launch, we'll give you guys 1 week on the demo. So you guys will be able to see it before you purchase. Not like you buy and then that's the product. So you'll be able to try. But it's hosted by Tradingview. You're basically going to have the whole Tradingview overlay. So we very much doubt that you'll be unsatisfied with the overlay. When you read in your mind, yes, of course it does. Everything comes from your mind, right? You're speaking from your mind and all of this. All right, this candle did not close above here. We are pushing into this 5-minute rejection zone here. You know, obviously with this candle closing bullish here, there is an argument that, you know, on a normal day, I would take a buy above these highs here to try get to 500, you know. That would be an idea, but basically taking it a bit chill here. So will V2 have a free demo month? No, it won't. We can't offer free demo month, but we can offer a demo. We can offer a demo, but not a free month. What we might do is offer you maybe like a free 3 days. Maybe you get 3 days free or something. We'll see. But it's going to be very affordable, so we don't have to do that. It's not like it's going to be a lot of money that you have to be like, oh my God, I'm scared to purchase it. Changing wall order by Ray Dalio? No, I haven't got into that just yet. Choppy zone already identified? Yes, it would be a choppy zone. How are you going to compete with the competitors? The competitors in what? What competitors? This is a good question. I'd like to hear. What competitors? Because if oh, other backtesting competitors. Because we have we have tick data. Tick data means you can see the candles move inch by inch. Look at this, right? Look at Pip Labs right now. If you look at Pip Labs, we show how the candle moves tick by tick, right? You can see the ticks loading now. Watch this. See, the candles are moving like they move in the live market. You see? You can speed that up. No one has that on a browser, right? This is the only way. Only companies that have it on MetaTrader and stuff like that, they have ticks. But we have ticks on the charts here. And this will all be inside of Tradingview's overlay, so it will be even more beneficial. And yeah, the real reason is it's my product, so scalability, like, we listen to community. You guys have direct access. You can, if there's something you want in Pip Labs, you can literally come onto a live stream and say, Harry, can we add this to Pip Labs? And I'll say, yeah, we'll work on it. Like, it's a completely different product. It's a product that is built by a trader, obviously, and that I want to use and that I want other people to use. And that's the difference. It's not like a company. Like, that's their offer and that's it. Can you add custom indicators? Tradingview doesn't support that. You'd have to ask Tradingview. FX Replay did it. I'll check how they did it. Because when we check their charting, they probably paid extra for it. Yeah, you probably have to pay a shit ton more, which is probably something we can scale to. Because when we get access to their charting library, we don't have it. Roger Banks got it too? No, they don't. Because his one is just the same as Soft 4FX, but on MetaTrader 5. Can we swap TradingView for Pip Labs? No, Pip Labs is backtesting software. It's not a live market software. So this would be target up here. And yeah, 4 more buys on GJ for 3 pips, worth it. You could literally, if this 5-minute made a bottom wick, next one made a bottom wick, you could go for 3 pips. Waiting for this thing, yeah, this looks like bank holiday. Yes, you'll be able to purchase it wherever you want to purchase. How much will it cost? We will release the price soon. You will see it. How much candles history in Pip Labs does it provide for backtesting? You can load like 2 years and then fast forward and then have that. It starts with 3 months though. Now we're right at this 4-hour resistance. So for me, guys, the buys I wanted to take today was above this 4-hour support here. Obviously, we just pushed straight through that 4-hour support. It's very hard to look for buys right now as we're at resistance here. Maybe the next buys would be above resistance. I'm not forcing anything today. It is bank holiday here, so I just want to be a little bit cautious unless there was some sort of easy move here or easy continuation, which I'm not seeing at the moment. Do some measuring. The ranges are not that big. That is 6.4 pips here. Above here would be 10 pips here, but this is the 5-minute trade I was telling you. You could literally take it as this candle flips here and go break even after 2.6 pips. But check your spread, guys. My spread is pretty high. Yeah, my spread is running at around 1.2 pips, 1.3 pips. So consider that when you're taking entries, right? Consider that when you're taking entries. But yeah, that's basically price reaching. So that's how you take this trade here, right? 5-minute trade, get to this, and now you'd be break even. And then you'd hope that just volume pushes you through the zone. Hopefully you can get above this and then continue. That'll be it. What if it closes above that 547? Well, yeah, that would be out. That would be you out break even almost probably on this pullback here. Yep, that would be you out there. If it closes above, yeah, you have 10 pips. So if it's worth it, you could try. Yeah, you could go 10 pips and try get to break even. You know, but I would prefer what? Yeah, I'd prefer a pullback first and then a close above would be better. My spread's at 2.1 pips. Yeah, that's a little bit high for a day like today. You don't want to be trading more than that. But look at the zone we're pushing into, guys. It's becoming extremely choppy, so be careful, be careful. Be careful. So yeah, that's that 5. So if you took that 5-minute and pushed in 2.9 pips of profit and you're extremely rich, then just be careful that that doesn't end up being a rejection. I wonder if I just took a break of this high for no reason. That would give you 10 pips for 12. Is that an entry? Is that resistance? It could work. Alright guys, I'm probably gonna wait till we get out of this messy range here. A lot of choppiness here. We're pushing into some messy ranges. It does get a little bit cleaner above here. We start to have some more cleaner price action. Maybe a buy could make sense above here in 5 minutes. I'm not sure. I would like to see a pullback first and then maybe try that. Yeah, I would like to see a pullback first, then I probably do that. What is that 547 level? This 30-minute resistance right here. So I'll probably wait for that. Push already happened yet? Yeah, that's why I'd prefer to see at least like a 5 thunder. I think a 5 thunder, if that comes after stream, maybe I throw a % on it. But yeah, that's basically what I'm going to wait for. Nice chill Monday here. Bank holiday, guys. Don't force anything. Don't trade New York. I mean, it's up to you. You can do what you want to do. But, you know, don't try anything crazy here. We will have cleaner price action. There will be good days. And that's the days I'm going to profit off and make good return. So that is exactly how I'm going to treat it. So be sure to show up to be part of that. And yeah, just guys, it's just GJ. Wait till GJ gets out of this range and we're back in action here. Or as long as this range can become a little bit cleaner. If this range can become a little bit cleaner, we'll be back in action here. We'll be nice and easy. So that's basically what I'm going to wait for. So yeah, guys, that being said, take care all. Hope you have an amazing day. Great discussion today about psychology and you know, all of this stuff. So yeah, take care all, and I'll hopefully catch you guys very, very soon. Peace.